of these drivers now. They come in close, having run within 5 thousandths of each other in the semis. Tony Schumacher has a massive starting line advantage, and he won 4:23.6, a tire-smoking final. Schumacher leaves with an 80 light. Something happened to Doug Coletta, and for the first time since Seattle of 2022 and the 87th time in his career, Schumacher's a winner again.
And Tony Schumacher just said these are heavier than I remember, and it was a gauntlet of a battle between you and Doug Coletta and yourself. Tony, when you look at the parity that's in the top fuel class right now, the competition right now, some of the hardest you've seen in your career?
Best I've ever seen, you know, and every now and then I'll say that and I'll post something and, you know, a whole slew of fans will be like, oh man, back in the 60s there were 200 cars that would show up. I goes, okay, but there was Big Daddy, Shirley, and then a bunch of cars, right? And now there's like 10, you don't know who's gonna win. There's 12 cars. Look, we were 12th and 14th in the final round there. So epic, you know, the fans, like I say, each round the fans are the ones winning, but for Leatherwood Distillery, Michael Walter Brewing right here in our backyard, Joe from Texas.com, we love you guys, Rack Financial, all the people that support me, we'll be getting our butts kicked. But I always tell my wife, I say, we're one run away from having that car that can go out and win. And we're there now. Obviously, we just won this race. That was an ugly one, but I hit the gas. I think he might have double-stepped it. I heard a lot of noise, and I thought, gee, am I that late? It was a long tree, but that is just such a great thing. That's a Coletta, man. That's a champion now, and we're all proud to call him that. But love you guys. NHRA, Bristol, 7th win, baby. Peace.
You cannot get outrun, and you cannot smoke the tires. Here we go. Austin Prock is motoring on the right-hand side of 398.9 at 312 miles an hour, and the place erupts. The fans jump to their feet to celebrate Prock's victory, as does the crew. They didn't do it to him twice. He won this week. He had to give one back last week.
And as the Wally gets presented to Austin Prock, and the statement that you are making on this class, you've been the #1 qualifier 6 out of 8 races. This is your second Wally. How are you making this transition so natural?
Oh, I've been practicing for this my whole life. Great job, boys. Oh, man, it's so amazing. Life could not get better right now. Thank you, Cornwell Tools, Chevrolet, Hendrick Cars, Monster, everyone for this opportunity. I'm living my dream, and it sure is winning these things. Whoa! Let's go!
No, you don't. You want to be Jake Coughlin with his traction. Jake Coughlin is going to grab his 3rd career victory at Bristol Dragway at 6.707, 204.94 miles an hour with a 23 like Greg was 001 on the tree, and then the tire shake came. For Jake Coughlin, this is final round 117 and win number 67.
And there's the Wally in the hands of Jeg Coughlin Jr. He took one look at the time slip and said, I wasn't expecting that. I said, what point you said that 001 from Greg. And
yeah, a little rascal.
You think of the hunt for a championship. It is a marathon, not a sprint. You now own 2 of these this season. Why are you an early favorite in this class?
Well, it's I got a hell of a team behind me with the Elite Motorsports, and that obviously feels extremely good. Obviously, we've been, you know, just trying to find our consistency and our strength on Sundays, and obviously we won a couple of races as a team, and certainly felt like we left a few out there too. But feels great, Thunder Valley here, be on top of the mountain again. You know, for everyone at Skag and JHG, Outlaw Beer, Jegs, thank you all for your love and support, and thanks to all the fans for coming out today. What a show.
He leaves with a 1/10 of a second advantage. They go past the 8th mile, and it happens again. 681.8. His marauding of this class, it is inexorable. It is ceaseless. 681 beats a 686.
And Brian, there is that historic Wally, and you just said off camera, I'm so glad I have this monkey off my back, but you also break the record that was set by Dave Schultz, now having 9 straight wins in this class. How apropos is it that it is right here at the track that bit you last year?
It's amazing, you know, to get 9 straight wins and, you know, pass up Dave Schultz. I mean, I never would have dreamed that. Yeah, getting it here at Bristol, you know, the track last year wasn't nice to me, and it wasn't being nice to me this weekend either. You know, we didn't qualify too good, and but at the end of the day, I had a very consistent, fast motorcycle, and Man, this whole weekend has just been tough. You know, between racing Matt and the semis, that was an awesome race. You know, that's probably the highlight of the weekend for me there. But getting this win and taking it back, you know, the whole Van Science camp, and this Rebs Little Motul Gen 3 Suzuki Hayabusa is in the winner's circle again. Woo!
They'll ease him on in. Great dives right in. Chris Thorne follows him. Both of them get away clean. Chris Thorne's getting up on the center line. He's trying to hold on. The win light's going to come on for J.R. Gray. 581, and celebration ensues.
J.R. Gray getting the win here at Bristol. And you told me last time that you wanted Chris Thorne to receive a package from you. What did that statement say?
Well, that statement became true. We delivered him to L in a box, signed, sealed, and delivered.
You just talked about the despair that this team has been under. How much of a relief is it to get it off your back?
It's a big relief. You know, we were struggling for a while, and we finally found our way. I believe we've been, coming to this point over the last couple of races, and everything came together. You know, all of our great sponsors, AAP, KH, Red Electrical, Mike Janis Racing, our team, Chris Bell, Todd Tutterow. We just got a long list of everybody, and sorry if I forgot somebody, but man, it's just amazing to finally be back in the winner's circle, because there was points in time when I didn't think we were going to get here.
JR, baby, let's go.
Diving into the beams. Listen to those 800 inches. It's over. DeFlorian let the clutch out. 8 thousandths of a second too soon. Red light left, wind light right. And Bo Butner had to shut it off early. 671 at 162.
The final round for the final time. The Super Grip Thunder Valley Nationals. Bobby Cottrell grabs 500s. Jeff Moniz tires go up in smoke, and Bobby Cottrell goes 4.810, 233 miles per hour to win the Legends Nitro Series presented.
Weldon, pumps, regulators, filters, fueling champions.
Weekend, except they like to do it at 170 miles an hour. In factory-built, supercharged hot rods. Stephen Bell loses traction, and Dave Janik is headed for the winner's circle. Unopposed down the right side of the racetrack in 803, 169 miles an hour. David Janik picks up the W with the red car, or South with the silver car. Both drivers away on green. Both drivers wheels up. Byron Warner out in front. Atkinson closing in. At the bumper, at the door, at the fender. Not going to get it. A 988 for Warner on a 987. That wins it. Jeff Atkinson got there first by 4 thousandths of a second and broke out. Monty Bogan, the 67 vinyl top SS 396 Camaro that I think is 8 kinds of awesome, out of South Carolina, and the country puppy, or cooter, Jimmy Hidalgo, in the GTO, the former world champ, beat his dad earlier in the day. If he wants back in the family, he's got to come home with a trophy. Handicap is not much, 14 hundredths of a second. The GTO will get the tree first, and then it'll be the 396, and it'll be the LT GTO coming at you. Stock Eliminator final round. They're in. They're ready. They are green. Both of them off and away. Jimmy Hidalgo stretching it out. The SS 396 starting to breathe now. Bogan sneaking up. Hidalgo holding him off. It's going to be Hidalgo. He runs 1109 on the 1108. Had 5 thou in the bank on the starting line. Runs 1 over the dial. 1109 Ford, 113 for the win. A 1092 on a 1094 for Monty Bogan. He got there first by 200. He broke out by 11 thousandths of a second. Vincent's in. Ray's in. Both on the green. Make the right choice. Who's got the right dial in? Who's got the right numbers? It's going to be Ray Miller. 893 beats 893. Ray is 10 on the tree, taking 6 thousandths of a second at the stripe, 8.931. Nobile is 14 on the tree, 8.933, 6th thou behind. Ray Miller picking up the win. I count that number 8 in NHRA competition. He doesn't want to take it far. He just wants to take it to South Carolina. 9.9 seconds. That's the magic number. They're in, they're set. It's over. Red light start. JJ goes 003 R-E-D. And Gene Brown, who's won at the divisional level, who's won national opens, now has a national event Wally to go along with it. And you think he was ready? Dead on 6 in the final. 9.906 for the win. JJ goes 003 red, and then took his foot off the throttle to think about what might have been. Left to give away. They're ready. They are green. Vance Houston is out there. Sackman closing in. Sackman finish line. Sackman 619 on the 618. Matt Sackman 004 in 619. Vance Houston was locked out. He got there first by 1 thousandth of a second, but had to break out to do it.